When they're doing those burnout operations, or just even when the fire is burning naturally, it burns most actively during the day. But most of the time that smoke gets ventilated up and out and away. But it does still keep burning with a lower intensity at night and producing smoke. And then that's where the second part comes in, which is the inversions, the temperature inversions. And those really hold the smoke in near the ground. And that's why you see that, the air quality degrade, or that concentration go up during the night, is because that smoke is still being produced from the fire, but it's not able to escape because of the inversions.
Okay, so that kind of tells us something. And but the inversion, what exactly is it? I always thought there was just an inversion going down to Boise.
So first of all, just what an inversion is. We all probably know from experience that if you're down in the valley and it's hot, and then you go up in the mountains, it's cooler. So as you gain elevation, it gets cooler. That's normal. That's typical. An inversion is when it actually gets warmer with altitude and warmer with height. And that affects something we call stability, which I won't really get into too much because there's a lot of advanced meteorology there. But the bottom line is, when it's stable, it discourages air from moving vertically. So if you have smoke, it can't move up. When it's stable, it can't move up and out of the valley. It's trapped here. When it's unstable, then it can move up vertically, and then it gets caught in the higher level winds, and it ventilates out and it goes away. So at nighttime, especially in mountainous country like this, what happens is the ground cools, and it cools the air near the ground, and that cold air sinks down into the valleys, kind of like water drains downhill. That cold air drain, and it pools up into the valleys into what we call cold pools. And then what's left up above is all the warmer air. So that sets up the inversion. It's a daily occurrence in these valleys, in mountain valleys. It's very common all across the U.S. West. Some of the places you mentioned, like down around Boise and stuff, some of these large flat basins and stuff like that, those will get very almost permanent inversions in the wintertime. So that's probably why you're more familiar with those. But it's typically a daily occurrence, especially in the fall and wintertime in valleys like this in the mountains.
When will the air quality be good all day again? I'm predicting snow, right?
So there's a couple things there. There's how much smoke's getting produced, and there's how do we ventilate it out. So as they're wrapping up with these burnout operations, they'll be producing much less smoke, and that'll help make things a lot better. The other thing is then, of course, do we get one of those cold fronts, more wind? Today, actually, we are looking at having some more wind come through. So I think we should, at least down in the Garden Valley area, break out of that inversion a little earlier, probably around 2 or 3 o'clock. It has been breaking out down there around 4 or 5 that we've been clearing up. Long term, it's looking like that pattern change that we've been hoping for is coming somewhere around the 16th, 17th, 18th of the month, so about a week out.
Rain? You having rain?
Well, no, it's a pattern change. We're going to cool down. We'll have some breezier afternoons, which will help clear things out. But we're still only really sitting at about a 30% chance of rain with that.
Oh, boy.
So as you head north up towards McCall, much better chances up there, but it's just not going to quite make it far enough south. At least there's only about a 30% chance at this point. A week out. But it's definitely a good sign. It's good because, we're going to cool down, have more humidity. That's going to help calm the fire down, produce less smoke. It'll help make things, ventilate out each day a little better. So I think we're going to see incremental improvements throughout the next week or so. And then, by the time we reach a couple of weeks out, I think it's going to be pretty good.